it's just allowed me to be at a place where I have so much more peace about different things, like, and it's because of this book. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a book that I've read recently that it's made some really good changes in my life, and I just feel like if you're on your spiritual journey, if you're already on your spiritual journey, if you want to get a bit more deeper into your spiritual journey, I definitely would recommend this book, particularly if you're like on your start for your spiritual journey. But anyway, let's get straight into the book. Or a little bit about mine. So for me, I had my like spiritual awakening. It'll be 2 years in March. It will be 2 years. But initially for me, it was more about like the manifesting side of things, and you know, learning about like my higher self and things like that, and manifesting and things like that. So that's where it all like started. And then as of more recently, I've wanted to get more deeper into the more spiritual side of things, and actually like learning about my my higher self, and learning about things like astral projection, and just like all these other things that go beyond just the fact that I create my reality and things like that. I want to go like deeper and just learn more things, and be less identified with like my body and my mind, in a sense that just realizing and knowing that like there's just so much more. Let's get straight to the book. So this is the book. It's by someone called Eckhart Tolle, and it's called The Power of Now. So it's a guide to spiritual enlightenment. This book is literally about one thing he talks about in this book is understanding that literally everything happens now. So whether you're thinking about the past, whether you're thinking about the future, it's all happening now in this moment. You don't like think about the past and then go to the past. You might go to the past in your mind, as in from a memory, but that memory is happening now. If you're thinking about the future, you don't go to the future. You might think about it in your mind, but you're doing it now. And it's about coming to realize that everything is happening now. The only thing that you have control of is literally right now in this moment. And it's about making you realize that right now in this moment there are no problems. Like right now there is no problems for you, or there is no problem literally right now in this exact moment. There is no problem. It's about like allowing you to accept that, and get to a place where it's like you're not. So let's say, for example, if you're someone that has anxiety and is stressing about the future, it's about allowing you to realize that you don't need to stress about the future, because all you can literally focus on is right now. Like there's no need to stress about the future. There's no need to worry about all of that. There's no need to like worry about all of those things, because your power is in what's happening right now and what you can do now. He also talks about things like acceptance of what is going on around you, or whatever like situations. He calls them life situations or drama, which, you know, you may create in your life, because it's coming from a place of. So in this book he talks about something called the pain body, which it's a collective thing. He talks about how like we are basically all connected, and within within the like collective human psyche, for example, there's certain things like he talks about mainly in particular for the pain body. He talks more about women, for example, and he talks about in the collective women psyche, there's certain things that happen to women or certain things that women experience that ends up being within the like collective human psyche of women, and particularly before your period. And like when you're menstruating and all that kind of stuff, it can bring up this thing called the pain body, which is any traumas and stuff that you personally have experienced if you are a woman, or within the collective human psyche that all women have gone through around the time that you are like menstruating, for example. This pain body will come up, and this pain body, you'll feel the pain body come up because you'll suddenly like certain things will suddenly like trigger you. Like for me, for example, before my period's gonna happen, I become very, very emotional, and certain things might happen that will make me think about like, you know, past things that have happened to me, or there'll be certain things that will happen that because of this pain body that comes up that wants to keep you in this place of pain, basically, it will make you start to have like thoughts and feelings about certain situations that are probably unrelated to whatever it is that happened back then. But because as a collective, you know, as a collective psyche, as we're all connected, and because of your like past things, the pain body will want to come up and will want to revive and want to stay alive, and will put you into this place of having those feelings. And you might end up like, if you're not conscious enough, you will end up reacting to certain things that have no correlation to something that's happened in the past. It's just this pain body is coming up and making you feel certain emotions that are not entirely true about that situation. And it's about just in general, like whenever that happens to you, whenever there's certain things going on around you that evoke certain emotions in you, it's about, the book helps you like guide you into literally being in the present moment will bring inner peace to whatever situation it is that you're currently going through. So for example, when the pain body comes up, if you're a female and you know it's before your period and you're menstruating, all this kind of stuff, he shows you techniques to get you into the present moment and to realize that those thoughts and feelings are the pain body. It's not actually you. He also talks about in the book how like your ego and the thoughts that go in your mind are not you. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And so when those thoughts are happening, it's either the pain body or the ego just trying to maintain its position and keep you in a particular state. And it allows you, and like it allows you just to realize that like that's not you, and it allows you to get to a point where you just feel so much more inner peace with whatever it is that is going on. And he talks about how enlightenment, everyone thinks spiritual enlightenment is like this magical thing that like you have to try and like get to, and people might have this idea that something like magnificent happens and all this kind of stuff. But he talks about how reaching spiritual enlightenment is just, it's more about getting you back to what your original state is, and your original state is inner peace. And that's why he talks about the more you are like in the present moment, the more you get to experience that inner peace, and you experience your natural state, which is just peace. It's just being. Like, it's literally your natural state is peace. Your natural state is to be in the present, to accept whatever it is, to accept whatever is going on, and to be happy and present in the now. And he talks about like emotions and how to deal with emotions, and to realize that, you know, a particular emotion might just be to do with your ego. It might not actually be how you truly feel about the situation, how to deal with that. And I just feel like for me, this book has, there's been so many situations, like not so many, but there's been particular situations that have happened that have happened recently for me, it's not even things that are that deep, and I don't want to make it sound like deep things have happened to me, because that's not the case, but it's just allowed me to see, it's just allowed me to clock as well how much your own, for me, my own ego will try to sabotage certain things. And it's just, again, it's just allowed me to be at a place where I'm just at so I have so much more peace about different things, and it's because of this book, realizing that, like I said, all you have is now. And he talks about how you can either just accept whatever the situation is, and you have two options. You can either accept whatever your situation is, accept it, move forward for it, forget about it, or you do something about it. And it's allowed me, when there's certain situations that there is literally nothing you can do, about it, it's allowed me to have that piece of just literally accepting whatever it is. And I feel, and it's not to say to accept it and just, accept it and be happy that something negative is happening to you. No, because you might feel negative about whatever the situation, or you might feel sad or whatever it is about the situation, and again, that's fine. But it's coming to that, it's getting yourself to that stage of accepting it, so that you can release it, and then you can do whatever it is you need to do to make it better, or to change that situation for yourself. And I think as well, he also talks about in the book how, again, a situation, there's nothing, everything that might happen literally happens, but it's your ego and your mind that will identify that situation with either being good or bad. And that's where the problem lies, because a lot of things, it just is, for example, I think he says it in the book, if it's raining, for example, it's raining, that's it, it's rain. But if you then decide that, oh, it's raining and it's so terrible, and oh my gosh, the rain outside, whatever, you have then identified that rain, and I'm saying rain could be any particular situation, or it could literally just be rain, is something negative. But if you just accept what it is and the fact that it's raining, you're not then going to have all that, oh my gosh, I don't want to go outside, it's raining, why is it raining, and having this continuous cycle in your head about the rain, or about whatever it is that's going on that you don't need to have. It's it is what it is. And there's nothing good nor bad about it. It literally just is what it is. And I think the reason I want people to read this book as well is, I think, especially now, given the current world situation, there's a lot of things that you may feel are out of your control, or you may be feeling really down about, and you may be stressing about, and you may be worrying about, because there's so many uncertainties, or there's so many things going on that are making you feel negative, or have, I don't know, whatever it is you may be feeling. I would definitely recommend this book if you're someone who is in that stage, because it will bring you, like I said, it will just bring you to a place of so much more inner peace. I'm just pushing for this book is because, as much as it's not, to me, it's not exactly the information I'm trying to, I don't know how to word this, the information that I was trying to look for when I said I wanted to go deeper into my spirituality, which is fine. But at the same time, I'm happy I found this book, because this book is spiritual in a sense that it's bringing you to a place of who you naturally are, which, like I said, is peace, is literally just being, is accepting. And yeah, I just think if you're on your spiritual journey, you want somewhere to start, you're going through anything at the moment that is causing you stress, and you just feel you just need something to get you out of that state, I would definitely definitely read this book. Like, I've recommended it to so many people, or I could always talk about it, and it's one of these things where you need to read it for yourself and experience it and try some of the things he says in the book, and it honestly it will change you, and it will allow you to see so many things that before you might have had such a reaction about, that you'd be down about for days, or you would just feel so about. And now for me, like, looking back, I can just laugh at certain things, and like laugh at my like mind when it's going into like negative thoughts, and like my ego is trying to make me doubt myself or self-sabotage things and stuff like that. And yeah, literally what the book says, I have so much more inner peace reading that book, and I definitely want that for other people. So yeah, my main thing is to say, definitely go and check out that book if you are already on your spiritual journey, or if there's any particular books that you guys have come across that you either have read or you would like to read and maybe haven't got around to, or anything, any like recommendations that you have, make sure to put them in the comment box. I'm always looking for new books to read, definitely like spiritually related. So yeah, or if you have already read this book, let me know your thoughts on it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.